Have you ever found yourself in a relationship that felt like a whirlwind of passion, admiration, and intensity, only to later realize it was built on a foundation of smoke and mirrors? Have you ever wondered why someone who seemed so enamored with you could suddenly turn cold, distant, or even cruel? If so, you're not alone. The story of the narcissist and their target is one of the most fascinating, heartbreaking, and psychologically complex dynamics in human relationships. It's a tale of allure, manipulation, and emotional devastation that leaves many people questioning their own worth and sanity. But here's the truth: the narcissist didn't fall for you, they fell for what you represented to them. And understanding this distinction is the key to unraveling the mystery of why they seem to love you so deeply, yet never truly wanted you. Before we dive into the depths of this topic, I want to invite you to join me on this journey of discovery. If you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist or suspect you might be in one now, this discussion will shed light on the hidden mechanisms at play. And if you're here to better understand the psychology of narcissism, you're in for a deep and insightful exploration. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content with anyone who might benefit from it. Your support helps us create more material like this, and together, we can help others navigate the complexities of relationships with narcissists. Let's start by addressing the burning question: why did the narcissist fall for you in the first place? At the beginning of the relationship, it probably felt like you were the center of their universe. They showered you with attention, compliments, and affection. They seemed to understand you on a level no one else ever had. This phase, often referred to as the love-bombing stage, is where the narcissist's charm is at its peak. But here's the catch: their infatuation wasn't about you as a person. It was about what you could provide for them: validation, admiration, and a sense of superiority. Narcissists are drawn to individuals who reflect their idealized self-image. They seek out people who are kind, empathetic, and accomplished because being with someone who possesses these qualities makes them feel special by association. Now, let's unpack why the narcissist's feelings for you were never truly about you. Narcissists lack the capacity for genuine emotional connection. Their relationships are transactional, built on what they can gain rather than what they can give. When they fell for you, they were essentially falling for the role you played in their life. You were the mirror that reflected their grandiosity, the audience that applauded their performance, and the source of the admiration they so desperately crave. But as soon as you stopped fulfilling this role, whether by asserting your own needs, setting boundaries, or simply being human, their interest began to wane. This is why the narcissist's love feels so conditional. It's not that they stopped loving you, it's that they were never capable of loving you in the first place. To understand this further, let's explore the narcissist's inner world. At their core, narcissists are deeply insecure individuals who construct a false self to mask their feelings of inadequacy. This false self is grandiose, entitled, and superior, but it's also fragile and easily threatened. When they meet someone who admires them, they feel a temporary sense of validation. But this validation is like a drug. They need more and more of it to sustain their fragile ego. This is why the initial phase of the relationship is so intense. The narcissist is high on the admiration and attention you provide, and they'll do whatever it takes to keep it coming. However, once the initial rush fades, they begin to devalue you. This is because they can no longer sustain the illusion of perfection, and their fear of being exposed as inadequate leads them to push you away. You might be wondering why the narcissist doesn't just end the relationship once they start to devalue you. The answer lies in their need for control. Narcissists thrive on power and dominance, and they see relationships as a way to assert their superiority. Even when they no longer feel the same level of admiration for you, they'll keep you around as a source of narcissistic supply, a term used to describe the attention, admiration, and emotional energy they feed off of. This is why they often engage in behaviors like gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional abuse. By keeping you off balance and doubting yourself, they ensure that you remain dependent on them for validation. In their eyes, you're not a partner, you're a resource to be exploited. This brings us to the most painful part of the narcissistic relationship: the discard phase. Once the narcissist has drained you of your emotional energy or found a new source of supply, they'll discard you without a second thought. This phase is often abrupt and cruel, leaving you feeling confused, heartbroken, and worthless. But here's the truth. The discard phase has nothing to do with your worth as a person. It's simply a reflection of the narcissist's inability to form genuine connections. They discard you not because you're unlovable, but because they're incapable of love. Now, let's talk about the aftermath of a relationship with a narcissist. If you've been through this experience, you might be struggling with feelings of self-doubt, shame, and betrayal. You might find yourself replaying the relationship in your mind, wondering what you could have done differently. But the truth is, there's nothing you could have done to change the outcome. The narcissist's behavior is not a reflection of your worth or your actions. It's a reflection of their own deep-seated insecurities and emotional limitations. Healing from a narcissistic relationship requires you to shift the focus back to yourself, to rebuild your self-esteem, reclaim your sense of identity, and learn to recognize the red flags of narcissistic behavior. One of the most important steps in this healing process is understanding that the narcissist's love was never real. It was a performance designed to manipulate and control you. When they said they loved you, what they really meant was that they loved how you made them feel. When they praised you, it was because your qualities reflected well on them. And when they discarded you, it was because you no longer served their needs. This realization can be painful, but it's also empowering. It frees you from the illusion that you were the problem and allows you to see the relationship for what it truly was: a one-sided dynamic built on manipulation and exploitation. As you move forward, it's important to set boundaries and protect yourself from future narcissistic relationships. Narcissists are skilled at identifying empathetic, kind-hearted individuals who are likely to tolerate their behavior. By learning to recognize the signs of narcissism, such as excessive charm, lack of empathy, and a need for constant admiration, you can avoid falling into the same trap again. Surround yourself with people who value you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. And most importantly, remind yourself that you deserve a love that is genuine, reciprocal, and unconditional. In closing, I want to thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the psychology of narcissism and relationships. If you've been through a relationship with a narcissist, I hope this discussion has provided you with clarity, validation, and a sense of empowerment. Remember, the narcissist's inability to love you is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their limitations. You are deserving of a love that is real, deep, and true. Don't settle for anything less. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content with anyone who might benefit from it. Together, we can raise awareness about narcissistic behavior and help others heal from its effects. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you are enough just as you are.